What's going on, everybody? What is going on? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Y'all, I'm early. I'm early. I got my pink on. Got my pink on because this is Awareness Month. And I want to shout out to y'all who are, fighting breast cancer and also have beaten breast cancer. Shouts out to y'all. Just want to say thank y'all so much for coming into the garden today where we're gonna grow together in knowledge. Yes, want to grow together in knowledge. Now, as we're just waiting on everybody to just look here, we're gonna wait till everybody get on the live. But also, let me give me time to get my headsets on. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Just give me a second here. Give me a second here. Just want to make sure everybody come into the garden. Just give everybody a couple minutes. Can everybody hear me okay? What's up with you? All right, it's good. It'll be on live in a sec. Yeah, I'm finna drop some real content on YouTube. I was trying to find out how I can get the comments to go on for everybody, so I can also answer y'all questions as I'm talking on the live. So I'm just managing that. If everybody can just be patient with me as I can figure that out, and we're gonna jump right into it. Ooh, almost lost my laptop. Everybody, just give me a couple minutes, and I want to make sure everybody can comment just in case y'all have a question. So I'm just figuring out a couple of things real quick. Okay, y'all. Hey, I'm ready to go ahead and jump on in. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome so much. Hey, welcome y'all to the garden where we're gonna grow together in knowledge. Y'all, today we got some hot content today. And if everybody want to just jump right into it and just disregard all the time, 14 minutes, everybody need to jump in at 14:15. I'm gonna jump right into it. As y'all saw my reel, I'll let y'all know that late payments is illegal, and I'm gonna show you why it's illegal. So when you look at your consumer report and you have a consumer like this is your consumer report. Some people notice that's your credit report. However, when you look on your credit report and you see your payment history, your late payments saying you're 30, 60, 90, 120, 180 days late, we need to understand, are they allowed and are they able by law to do that, to furnish these late payments on your credit report, on your consumer report. So that's why we need to see, what is a consumer report? Because we have to understand when they put a late payment on your consumer report, on your credit report, say for instance you have a 750, when they put that first late payment on your consumer report, that's going to knock your score down potentially 192.5 points. So you're going to lose a whole bunch of points, and also you're going to now be undermined because now you're almost like at a 500. Nobody wants to extend your credit. So that's why we need to understand through the consumer law how we can govern these corporations to really fall in line and comply with the law that has been given to the consumer. As y'all probably see, I'm a little bit nervous. Hey, we're on the big stage now on YouTube, and shouts out to True Destiny. Yes, sir. The Quarry J. Twyman. Shouts out to him for making this YouTube happen. So I want everybody to go to 15 USC 1681. We go to 15 USC 1681. Let's start right there on A. I like the book. I don't wanna continue to flip through these tabs. That's why I just get a book. I'll read it to you. You're like Cody, why did you go to 15 USC 1681 A? It's because in 15 USC 1681 A, this is all the rules and also constructions. This is what Congress, like these words, Congress gives us in order. It shows us their meaning, and when I say their meaning, we have to think about one word can mean many different words. But unless we understand what the definition is, this is why Congress gave us the rules and construction definitions for the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So, what is a consumer report? When we go to 15 USC 1681A, Congress helps us understand a consumer report. In general, the term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living, which is used or expected to be used or collected in whole or in part in the purpose of serving as a factor in establishing the consumer's eligibility for credit or insurance to be used primarily for personal family or household purposes, employment purposes, or any other purpose authorized under 1681B of this title. So that is the definition of a consumer report. But in the definition of the consumer report, we didn't hear anything about FICO, nor did we hear anything about Vantage scores. We didn't hear anything about that. Congress helps us understand what a consumer report is. However, a nowadays situation, everybody uses my FICO or Vantage scores to see what their credit report is. And FICO and Vantage scores are not defined in this law. Then why is the significance between my FICO? You'll think the algorithm that my FICO produces, it has to come from the consumer report. Like the consumer report and the my FICO, they're not one and the same. However, my FICO pulls from the consumer report. Does that make sense? So when we look at my FICO, there's a categories of five: payment history, utilization, credit history, new credit, and also credit mix. However, when we look at payment history and utilization, we need to pay attention to the definition that I'm about to read right now, because my FICO has five risk factors. Five risk factors. This is their algorithm and how they correlate a credit score. So let's pay attention what Congress have to say about what is on the consumer report and what is off the consumer report. If y'all still with me, in 15 USC 1681 A 2 I, we can actually see here, according to Congress, it says exclusions, 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 exclusions. This is a big word because exclusion means it don't belong there. It is excluded from. Don't supposed to be. Then if something is excluded from your consumer report, and you see your consumer report, and you see something that's supposed to be excluded off of your consumer report, what are you going to do? If you know that something not supposed to be there, I want everybody to be thinking in their mind, and also be thinking about how they're going to execute. When you see something that's supposed to be on your consumer report, what are you going to do? The definition shows us exclusions, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report. Y'all remember we just got done reading about what is a consumer report. Congress helps us understand, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report include, does not include. I want everybody to take a pause right there. We pause right here because I don't want anybody to just get tripped up over the words. But when we look at does not include, the term consumer report does not include everything I'm about to read to y'all right now. Does not include. Don't supposed to be on your consumer report. Exclusions, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include, subject to section 1681S-3 of this title, any report containing information solely as transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report. Now that we understand, Congress just said report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report. This does not belong on your consumer report. But the question I have for y'all is, who is the consumer and who is the person? Because if y'all ask me who a person is, I'm gonna say a person is a human being. I wouldn't think no more than that. I would say a person is just a human being. It's the person I'm talking to. However, double speaking is a real thing. What does double speaking mean? Double speaking means one word having another meaning. In other words, if I just told y'all one meaning, if you ask me, what does person mean? I'm going to tell you, person means a human being. However, what does person mean in the law? This is why we're in the definitions. So if y'all still with me in 15 USC 1681A, y'all can actually see what is a person. Congress lets us know the term person means any individual, partnership, corporation, trust, estate, cooperative, association, government, or governmental subdivision, or agency, or other entity. Just one word having so many meanings. Meaning person is a corporation. Then okay, person is a corporation, but who's the consumer? Congress also give us a definition of a consumer. Consumer. The term consumer means an individual. So when we go back to 15 USC 1681 A to I, Congress helps us understand what's excluded from our consumer report. What's excluded from our consumer report, it says right here, subject to section 1681 S-3 of this title, any report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences between I'm gonna put my name there, between Cody and the person. We just heard about what person is. So I'm gonna put a corporation there. Say for instance, Capital One. Let's read that sentence one more time. Report containing information solely as transactions or experiences between the consumer Cody and the Capital One, making a report. Meaning, Capital One, they're furnishing. What's another word for transactions? You're using your card, you're just using it. Then you have all these transactions on your payment history. Payment history is transactions. Payment histories is transactions. Payment history is transactions. Experiences, meaning you had a $10,000 credit loan on your credit report. You just maxed that card out. That's a good or a bad experience. Yeah, you experienced maxing your whole card out. They experienced you maxing their card out. However, what did the law say about that? Transactions and experiences are excluded. They are excluded from your consumer report. How do we know about this information? How do we know that transactions and experiences are excluded from our consumer report? Through the Fair Credit Reporting Act. In other words, this is federal law. Federal law says that all of your transactions and your experiences are excluded from your consumer report. You may get a response back saying, by the FCRA regulations, we are supposed to report this information to your consumer report. Which one to believe? You have one federal law saying that they cannot do it, and you got them according to their policy saying they are they supposed to do it. Which one are you going to believe? Y'all, we need to follow the law. We need to uphold the law. And they are also governed to also uphold the law. So when they're putting these late payments on your consumer report, they're supposed to do something else before they furnish this on your consumer report. And I want to know if you ever receive this type of notice. We're going to go to 15 USC 15 USC 1666B. That's 15 USC 1666B. This law is called timing of payments. Why is this important? This is important is because if they follow everything they were supposed to do, then yeah, they can furnish they can furnish this late payment on your consumer report. But the reason why I'm showing y'all this law here is because about 100% of times these companies, these corporations, they don't never furnish this type of information to y'all. So by them not furnishing this information to y'all, this makes this late payment, this makes this charge off, this makes that transaction that they're reporting inaccurate. So let me get back to 15 USC 66B. It's called timing of payments. Timing of payments. A says, time to make payment. A creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose unless the creditor has adopted reasonable procedures designed to ensure that each periodic statement, including the information required by Section 1637B of this title, is mailed or delivered to the consumer not later than 21 days before the payment due date. Excuse me. So it says, did y'all catch what it said? I thought it was incredible. But just for the sake of the people, I want to read that one more time. A creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open-end consumer credit plan as late. When you look at this all those late payments that you have on your consumer report, the law right here says a creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose. Y'all, that word unless is big. Unless the creditor has adopted reasonable procedures designed to ensure that each periodic statement, including the information required by Section 1637B of this title, is mailed or delivered to the consumer not later than 21 days before the payment due date. So everybody look at their due date. Get a statement. Before they furnish this as a late payment, before they furnish this on your consumer report, 21 days before that, they were supposed to give, as the law says, they were supposed to mail or deliver to you, the consumer, not later than 21 days before the payment due date. So before your due date, before you have to pay anything, before your due date, 21 days before that, you were supposed to be received a mail or it was supposed to be delivered to you. However, have you ever received this type of mail? Have this mail ever been delivered to you? Mm. Many people might say, I never received this type of mail. I never got this mail delivered to me. Then y'all should be thinking, is that late payment that they put on your consumer report? Is it accurate if they never giving you that notice? If they never delivered that, if they never mailed that to you 21 days before your due date, if they never gave that to you, is that late payment accurate on your consumer report? No, it's not. What does that mean? Let's go to 15 USC 1681 S 2. In 15 USC 1681 S 2, it says responsibilities of furnitures of information to consumer reporting agencies. The first letter is A. It says duty of furnishers of information to provide accurate information. Everybody, this is their duty that they furnish information to provide accurate information. This is their duty. Prohibition, that means to not do. A says reporting information with actual knowledge of errors. Hmm. A person shall not furnish any information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agencies if the person knows or has reasonable cause to believe that the information is inaccurate. Y'all, this is inaccurate because they did not furnish you, they did not mail you, they did not deliver. They can't treat no payment as late unless they have mailed you or delivered you 21 days before your due date. If you have never received that type of information from a creditor and they're furnishing a late payment on your consumer report, the law just said a person shall not furnish any information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency if the person knows, if the corporation knows, if the corporation knows, how they going to know? It said if the corporation knows or has reasonable cause to believe that the information is inaccurate. How are these people going to know that they're furnishing inaccurate information? They will know when you put them on notice. They will know when you send your dispute and you're asking for this this information. They will also know when you send them a green return receipt and they have to sign and they have to send you that green return, they have to send you that green slip back. Now they are aware that they are furnishing inaccurate information. Why is it inaccurate? It's inaccurate because one, late transactions and experiences are excluded from your consumer report. That's one inaccurate thing. The next inaccurate thing is a creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose, for any purpose, for any purpose, for any purpose. I gotta continue to read that. It's because a creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open end consumer credit plan as late. That means when you look at your consumer report, and you see all of these late payments, when you see all these late payments, the law just said they are not able to treat a payment on a credit card account under an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose. Any purpose is any purpose that you ever think about, unless, so that's a conditional word, meaning they can treat it as late only unless they have done this. So, unless the creditor has adopted reasonable procedures designed to ensure that each periodic statement, including the information required by Section 1637B of this title, is mailed. The only way that they can treat this account as late is mailed or delivered to the consumer not later than 21 days. Well, Cody, what if it was 15 days? What if it was only 10 days? What if they sent me a mail 19 days before the payment due date? You may hear people say, "Well, we give y'all a 17-day grace period and stuff like that." Y'all, what did the law say? The law says 21 days. That means what? Everybody look at their due date. Count 21 days before that. Is it 21 days? Was it mailed to you? Also, was it delivered to you? This is the only way that they can deem a payment late. If they haven't complied with that, then they are reporting inaccurate with a knowing, with knowledge that is inaccurate. Everybody, it is our due it is our duty to hold these people accountable. Not only that, let's go back to the law. Let me read that some more. 15 USC 1681 S-2. We're going to start from A one more time. Prohibition. Reporting information with actual knowledge of errors. A person shall not furnish any information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency if the person knows or has reasonable cause to believe that the information is inaccurate. So now that they know that this information is in fact inaccurate because we put them on notice, we already disputed this information with them, letting them know and also furnishing them their not complying with the law paperwork. So when you go down to B, it says reporting information after notice and confirmation of errors. A person, a corporation, shall not furnish information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency if the person, who is the person? The corporation. The corporation has been notified by the consumer, me, at the address specified by the corporation for such notices. That specific information is inaccurate and the information is, in fact, inaccurate. So I put this corporation on notice and I let this corporation know, hey, I'm looking at this statement date and 21 days before here. I mean, it's not aligned and I never received, y'all never mailed this to me 21 days before this statement date here. Y'all never delivered this to me 21 days before this statement date here or this due date here. Y'all put them on notice and you put them in the on the fire. They have to abide by these laws. In other words, this is how you get late payments off. There's no such thing as a late payment. unless they have mailed or delivered 21 days before a due date. That's the only way that they can deem this as late. That is the only way. Then if they haven't complied with that, you have showed them that they are in error. Not only have you showed them that they are in error, now you have put them on notice because as you have put them on notice, if they continue to furnish this erroneous, inaccurate reporting, then they are in violation. That's what the law said. That's what Congress said. Congress says in B, it says reporting information after notice and confirmation of error. So I put them on notice and also confirmation of the error. So I showed them how was they in error. And by law, it said a person, a corporation shall not furnish information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency. Shall not furnish information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency if they shall not. The person has been notified by the consumer at the address specified by the person for such notices that specific information is inaccurate and the information is in fact inaccurate. Y'all, this is spicy. This information is in fact inaccurate. Why? You didn't receive 21 days. Nothing was mailed to you. Nothing was delivered to you. It's the only way that they can deem that this is inaccurate. In other words, unless they have sent you this thing, mailed this to you, delivered this to you 21 days before your due date, this is the only way that they can say that this is late. So when you confirm this and you put them on notice, this is now in fact not according to how you said it. This is according to what the law says. According to what the law says they shall not report after. They shall not. The person has been notified. They shall not. After you put them, have notified them, they shall not. At the address specified by the person, they shall not. For such notices, that specific information is inaccurate. So after you let them know that this is inaccurate, they shall not continue to furnish this information to consumer reporting agencies. And the information is in fact inaccurate. Some of y'all might think, why am I putting so much emphasis on this? It's because after you have put them on notice and notified them of the error that they have done, they don't supposed to report this to your consumer report, to the consumer reporting agencies no more. They shall not. Shall not. Then if they shall not continue to report this on the consumer reporting agencies platform, why are you still letting it stay on there? If you already put them on notice and you have pointed out their errors, why are you still letting this be on your consumer report? You're just gonna let them continue to report inaccurate information. You're gonna let them continue to report stuff that is excluded from your consumer report. That's what you're gonna do, right? Y'all, I hope not. I really hope not. And due to the fact that they're continuing to report after you have put these people on notice, letting them know their errors, and also showing them how they're being inaccurate, how their furnishing is inaccurate. In fact, inaccurate. This is what you need to do. This is a section in FCRA. It's called civil liability. And the civil liability, we need to understand if Congress tells them that they shall not furnish this information after being notified of the errors, and they continue after you put them on notice to continue to furnish this on your consumer report. At this moment in time, they are held liable for failing to comply with this subchapter. This subchapter is called Fair Credit Reporting Act. So let's go to 15 USC 1681 N. Here at 15 USC 1681 N is civil liability for willful non-compliance. Y'all, you already put them on notice. You have already showed them their errors of how they're furnishing inaccurate information. So if they don't want to comply with the subchapter, they might tell you, "Well, we're obligated by federal law to report." I don't give a care what law says that y'all are able to furnish this on my consumer report. What law says that y'all obligated to do that? I mean, I don't see it up in the FCRA. Maybe somebody else can tell me. Maybe somebody else can show me where it says that they're obligated to report information to our consumer report. 15 USC 1681N, civil liability for willful noncompliance. In general, any person who willfully fails to comply with any requirements imposed under this subchapter with respect to any consumer is liable to that consumer in an amount equal to the sum of one, any actual damages sustained by the consumer as a result of the failure, or damages or of not less than 100 and not more than $1,000. That means due to the fact that they didn't delete this inaccurate information off my consumer report, I went to go and get a mortgage and I was denied. And they said due to this what? Due to this reporting of the company that you just disputed with. Well, that company right now is held liable because A, it was reporting inaccurate information, and it was in fact inaccurate information. And due to the fact that I didn't get that mortgage, who is liable for that? Is it me, the consumer, or is it them for their failure to comply with the subchapter? That is actual damage. But also it says failure, willfully fail to comply. So every law under the FCRA that they fail to comply with, they're held what? Liable. And you're owed $1,000. This is what the law says. This is what the law says. This is what the law says. So if you have late payments on your consumer report, if you have charge-offs on your consumer report, if you have collections on your consumer report, if you have bankruptcy on your consumer report, child support on your consumer report, all these things showing up on your consumer report, or if you're trying to get business funded, you have a dream to run your own business and things like that. I'm here. This is a solemn purpose why we have made this YouTube. It's because we want to get this algorithm out to the world. Shouts out to my coach, Coach Duran Delavante. Shouts out to him because without him, I would never understand this knowledge or how to even portray it. But shouts out to him, King. Also, if anybody have a question about something on their consumer report, please give me a call. My name is Cody Burnett, CEO of Where There's a Problem, I Am the Solution, LLC. You can reach me at 870-830-2450. That's again, if you have a question about your credit, I want y'all to chat. I want y'all to text credit to 870-830-2450. 2450. And also, if y'all are looking to get business funded, I want y'all to type text business funded, because if I mean without this king on my side, Mr. LaQuarrie J. Twyman, True Destiny himself, this YouTube page would never been up. But shouts out to you, King. And if y'all want to get funded to get to y'all desired, like, home, or your desired company, your LLC, I want y'all to type business funded to 205 737 5477. That's business funded 205 737 5477. Y'all, we're changing everybody's what situation with some information that they may have a better compensation. And that's the move. Hey, I love y'all. God bless y'all. And I'm going to see y'all on the next live. Peace.